Hey, what's up, everybody? Another pickups video for you guys. Anyways, somebody brought in a large collection of Laserdisc movies into my local Goodwill. So I've been getting some for cheap, about $3.25 a piece or less if I get a discount. Otherwise, I've just been grabbing a few at a time. So here's the stack that I got so far that I'll show you guys. Otherwise, a lot of just older movies, just stuff that I'm just not interested in. I mean, really old movies. A lot of westerns where I did grab a couple or so, which were ones that were worth getting. And then a lot of freaking war movies, all kinds, going back to where, say, grabbed a couple of them, but it's just not my thing. But I was able to get some sci-fi and action movies and whatnot, so not bad. And then I also got some sealed, which I already had a copy, hence one of the Western movies that I did like. Found a sealed copy that's going to stay sealed, as I already got a good open copy. A lot of times I'll do that because one thing I've noticed with these laser discs, they can have problems on playing, and just like a music CD, you hold it up, look at it, looks okay, but it still has problems. It's one of them that I'll show you guys. Fortunately, I have a better copy of it. I just picked it up to have a spare, but one side plays okay, the other side is all staticky. So something happened to it. But looking at it visually, can't tell. So anyways, first one here, it still has shrink wrap on it, but it is open, and I do have another copy of this. I just don't know if it's the same one. I think it might be the special edition that has the extra stuff in it. Otherwise, good THX copy of Stargate. Awesome freaking movie. Definitely one of my favorites. And this is really cool. Good copy of Willow. Another really good movie. And another really good movie, which I got a good copy of, Labyrinth. And this one, yeah, it's kind of a war type one, but it wasn't bad. Sniper. And found another good copy of Species. I think. Yeah, usually if these are widescreen, you need to say it. Yeah, I think this is cropped for Tube TV, but I think I do have the widescreen version of this. Species. And this one, it was alright. Just not what I'm into. It's Flight of the Intruder, but a good copy. A lot of these, whoever had this collection took really good care of them. Some of them look like they maybe got watched once and then just put away. And then other ones look like maybe that was the start of their collection, where they've definitely been played a bit. Yeah, really good freaking horror movie here. American Werewolf in London. And then this one isn't one of the better copies. It's basically cropped, and I do have the better copy of it where it's widescreen. But this is the one to where one side plays perfect, the other side just staticky, to where I thought maybe some dust had gotten into my player, cleaned it, still staticky. But I can't see anything on the disc, so you got me. And I've actually had this happen with one that was sealed, to where it could be just how the person had them stored, where maybe too much humidity or whatever, and that got to it, but didn't really show up in the sleeve, just don't know, or it was just defective. I'm almost wondering if this one was just outright defective, because it damn near looks new anyways. Standard screen size of the Terminator. Standard is in cropped for a TV. And then these I haven't played yet. These are basically the wife beater James Bond movies, but cool enough to have, I guess. The women in them always had to have their hysterical scenes, but couldn't pass up one where it's got 3 movies. This is the Connery collection with Dr. No, From Russia with Love, and Goldfinger. Oh, and what's funny, the gun that he's holding, found this out online a while back. It's a pellet gun, or BB gun, or whatever. You can tell by looking at it. It's one of the break barrel types where you break the barrel and load in the pellet. It just looked cool, so that's the prop gun they gave him to pose in this picture or whatever. And it's got a little bit of extra goodies inside of it. So cool to have. This. Okay, this is the special edition. I just don't remember if this was... Yeah, I don't see anything on it that says letterbox or widescreen, but I do have another copy of this. Otherwise, got special edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Got one of the Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry flicks. This one's The Enforcer. Wasn't too bad. And this is an old Laserdisc, but it's the first time I've seen it. It's Michael Jackson's The Wiz, his version of The Wizard of Oz or whatever. And it's an MCA Disco Vision disc. Haven't played it yet, hoping it works. Another one that I gotta play. It's one of the few westerns I grabbed, but it's in really good shape. Copy of Blazing Saddles. This one, I've seen it before, I just haven't watched it on the disc yet. Hopefully it's okay. So far, it's only been the Terminator that was messed up. Anyways, it's Kevin Costner, the Postman. And it's a Steven Seagal movie before he started getting bloated. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, It's Like New. This one's widescreen edition, Mad Mel in Braveheart. Another Steven Seagal, the original Under Siege, also in really good shape. This is one of the last ones I picked up. It's definitely been around for a bit, but I was able to, yeah, I didn't play this yet. I was able to find this, I think, on Pluto, either Pluto or Tubi, and just stream it. It's basically kind of a horror movie type, psychological, where police are finding children that have been sacrificed. And it turns out it's this cult that includes everybody or whatever, this large cult. basically based off of voodoo or whatever back in the 80s when they really just would pick whatever and make it scary. Otherwise, it wasn't too bad. The Believers. This one I'm pretty sure to play okay because it's like freaking new. And this was a good movie. I just wish the freaking cat would have won because cats fucking rule, but whatever. Ghost in the Darkness. A couple of dudes that have to save their work area back when they were doing the railroad from lions in Africa. And it goes good-ish. This one I did watch and it played beautifully. I had never seen the original of this. So some people may yell at me for this. I'm just not into the really old sci-fi flicks. I kind of like them, but just it's not my thing. Otherwise, thank you, Keanu Reeves, for making it better. Otherwise, got the original, The Day the Earth Stood Still. And this one, 1951. Actually, this is a pretty good copy here. It was cleaned up pretty good. It's Fox Video, Laserdisc. It's where with Laserdisc, sometimes it'll look like they've cleaned it up, gone over it if it's new enough, and then other ones, it's just the standard copy where to have the static and stuff in it. But yeah, they did all right on this, on making it look good. Now this one, I'm keeping it sealed-ish. Oh, okay. Yeah. The wrapping's trying to come off, but not bad. But yeah, this one I'm going to keep sealed. I watched it on, same thing, Tubi or whatever, just to see what the hell it was about. When I looked this up, it seems to be pretty rare to find this on Laserdisc. It's a Nicolas Cage flick that I'd never seen called Time to Kill. And let's see, I'm trying to think of the time period. Let's see if it says. Yes, came out in '89. Then it came out on Laserdisc in '91, at least for this copy. Anyways, plays a soldier stationed in Africa, and he ends up getting a really bad tooth infection, and there's nobody stationed to work on it. So basically, he goes with one of his buddies to try and find one of the other camps or villages or whatever to see if he can find a doctor to fix it. And ends up going on foot after the truck breaks down, as in goes off the road. So while he's walking, he ends up in this little oasis area and finds this chick that's bathing out there, and because she's naked, he has sexual intercourse with her. But before that, he fell and messed up his hand. So it's one of those weird ones to where you kind of figure it out right away. We're not very well written as far as I'm concerned. Like, I knew that's what it was, and then they'd screw him over or whatever. But anyways, he thinks that he catches leprosy from her. That's basically the story. He's trying to find out how he ended up with leprosy or whatever. And then the ending, I ain't going to say what happens, man. It's like one of those things where, duh, they gave you the book, dude. All you had to do is look at the book. It's kind of back when they, unless you were a doctor, they didn't know jack shit about any medical stuff. So it's just one of those kind of movies. But it was all right, but not great. But yeah, you can find that one online to watch, which I think was on Pluto. This one is Paradise Road. This was sealed. I didn't know they were going to keep bringing them out, and it was like brand new freaking sealed. So this one I picked up just to have a brand new Laserdisc that was in really good shape to test out players with. Otherwise, it's basically about captured women in World War II and their story of how they escaped or whatever the hell. I didn't watch all of it. Say, not really into war movies, but really good condition. And both me and my mom are a fan of Tom Selleck. This is a really good movie. And man, it is mint. Anyway, it's got Quigley Down Under sealed. Guys haven't seen this, even if you don't like westerns, this is a good one. It's got good parts, and it's got a lot of sad parts, man. When it comes to people that get killed in it, it's pretty messed up, but he basically saves the day. And then another classic here, which this I picked up, man, because I loved these kind of movies when I was a kid. Before I had enough brain cells formed to realize how freaking stupid they were. Let's just say white Arabs. Few people of color, but not many, yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Watch this one for the animations. I believe it's all stop motion. So, one of those movies just to watch for just classic type stop motion animation in a horror type movie or whatever. And this is the Pioneer Special Edition. Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Somebody must have really liked this movie because this is the only one that was actually put into a Laserdisc sleeve. Anyway, it's got Natural Born Killers. Really good condition. Another one that was in really good condition, and I like martial arts movies, always have. But let's say this one was a bit campy in kind of a lame way, but whatever, it still had some pretty good martial arts in it. This is American Shaolin, King of the Kickboxers 2. So anyways, that's all of them. Like I say, somebody brought in a whole collection, and the most that I saw them bring out, they had like just a box about this big, packed full. It's just a lot of them sucked, so I've just been grabbing handfuls at a time or whatever. And I got to be careful on the ones I pick up. It's stuff to where I definitely don't recognize it or don't mind having a second copy, because my collection's gotten huge to the point to where I can start thinning it out. So that's the end of this video. I don't know when I'll feel like doing another video. It's not easy. It's, my mom's to the point where she just sleeps throughout the day off and on and whatnot because she has a hard time sleeping. So when she wakes up, it's conversation time, no matter what it is, man. It could be freaking 3 in the morning and she wants to talk to me for hours. Or I'm just sitting there just... It's like she'll be wide awake and I am dead on my feet tired, but whatever. So that's why I haven't been doing many videos, man. It's been hectic. She's not real bad, it's just has a hard time sleeping, so her sleep cycle's all messed up, and then her memory's just So, yeah, sometimes it'd be repetitive conversations over and over again because we get to a point and then she forgets what she's talking about and she starts over. So, yeah. Otherwise, yeah. ADD, multiple types of dyslexia really help with that kind of situation. Like, okay, Mom, welcome to my world. Because that's some of my problems. My short term gets messed up, especially if I'm stressed. And can't say we haven't had any. So I'll try and get another video up soon, maybe in the hoarders section of my home instead of the senior center of my home. Senior, center, other senior. Have a good one, everybody.